Is there going to be corruption in it? Absolutely. 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 Open your eyes. I call it the uniparty. Is there going to be corruption in it? Absolutely. The experts say that there's corruption in these machines? Absolutely. The Democrats, they never asked me for evidence. Why? These computers. Haven't you watched the news? Open your eyes. Get rid of the computers. You're not a conspiracy theorist. Of course you're not. Why? Why don't you ask Fox News?
President Trump. Georgia. 59 delegates.
Madam Secretary, I'm Josh McCoon, Chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. Georgia, the Empire State of the South. Georgia, the #1 state to do business in the United States of America. On November 5th, the Peach State will send 16 electoral votes for the once and future President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And today, we proudly cast all 59 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Georgia, 59 votes. President Trump.
What's up, everyone?
Utah,
Audio sound good?
40 delegates.
Madam Secretary, my name is Mike Lee. I'm a U.S. Senator representing Utah. Utah is a place where we have big families, big hearts, and big ideas. It's a place where we love freedom. We love the Constitution, and we despise tyranny.
What's up?
In Utah, from the Red Rocks to the snow-capped mountains with the greatest snow on earth, we know what heaven on earth looks like. Utah, the 45th state admitted to the Union, today proudly casts.
You guys see that Trump
all
announced
of
his
its
VP,
40 delegate
J.D.
votes
Vance?
for President Donald J. Trump and his newly announced running mate, my friend and colleague, J.D. Vance.
Yikes. Oh, wow.
Well done.
I'm wearing my glasses.
They're chanting JD.
I need you to move over just a little bit.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and rules and procedures of this convention, Utah, 40 votes, President Trump.
It's official.
Maryland, 37 delegates.
Madam Secretary, my name is David Bossie. Maryland, the old line state, the 7th state to enter the Union, known for the amazing Chesapeake Bay.
Just gonna pause that for 1 second. So, J.D. Vance emerges as Donald Trump's VP pick with Marco Rubio and Doug Burgum out. Sources had for weeks said Vance, Rubio, and Burgum were the finalists for the job. Most betting markets had J.D. Vance at the highest. Trump is expected to announce the long-awaited vice presidential pick Monday afternoon as the Republican National Committee kicks off. He has already announced it. He'll make an in-person appearance at 4:37 p.m. Why is that such a specific time? 4:37 p.m. J.P. Mandel, in a 2016 interview with Charlie Rose while promoting his book Hillbilly Elegy, Vance called himself a never Trump guy instead of the soon-to-be president, I never liked him. He told NPR that year, quote, I can't stomach Trump. He wrote an op-ed for the New York Times titled, Mr. Trump is unfit for our nation's highest office.
And 61 of our delegates for the 45th and the 47th President Donald J. Trump.
Chill out, homie. Chill out. Vance said he didn't vote for Trump in 2016, and his former roommate shared images of a text message Vance sent him in a year that year in which he called Trump, quote, cynical, and said he could be America's Hitler. But by the time Vance launched his campaign for Senate in 2021, his views were closely aligned with Trump's. He met with the former president and quickly won his endorsement, gaining a crucial boost in the Republican primary. Vance has said he, quote, was wrong about Trump. In an interview this month on Fox News, he said he was asked to explain his past criticism. I didn't think he was going to be a good president. He was a great president, and it's one of the reasons I'm going to work so hard to make sure he has a second term.
Our 79 votes for President Donald J. Trump.
And J.D. Vance.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Iowa, 79 votes, President Trump. America, Samoa, 9 delegates.
Talofa teleman mato tunu pele America Samoa, where our motto is God is first. Therefore, Madam Secretary, American Samoa proudly and with all our hearts cast our vote in favor of our next president, Donald J. Trump. American Samoa! Talumai! Talumai! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation,
J.D. Vance's past comments on Donald Trump might be America's Hitler, might be a cynical asshole, cultural heroine, noxious, and reprehensible. What happened over the past few years? CNN, I just got the notification. Trump names Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his vice presidential pick.
and the rules and procedures of this convention, America, Samoa, 9 votes, President Trump. Wisconsin, 41 delegates.
Madam Secretary, on behalf of the Wisconsin delegation, we welcome everyone here to this 23rd Psalm place we call home, where 170 years ago, this great party was founded down the road in Ripon, Wisconsin, in a little...
Here's Trump's official statement. After lengthy... Trump officially said, after lengthy deliberation and thought, and considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position of VP of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marine Corps, graduated from Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate where he was editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Association. J.D.'s book, Hillbilly Elegy, which while he was promoting, he said that Trump, he was a never Trumper, remember, became a major bestseller and movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of our country. J.D. has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, and now, during the campaign, will be strongly focused on the people he fought so brilliantly for, the American workers and farmers in PA, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. Thank you, the game clown. Thank you for the good work you do. Thank you. Need to remind everyone why 45 needs a new VP. Hang Mike Pence. Exactly. Don't forget, the significance of this is not that Trump has a new VP pick. It's why he has a new VP pick. He has a new VP pick because his supporters wanted to hang his former vice presidential pick for not subverting the will of the American people, for certifying the results of President Biden's election. Now, Donald Trump needs a new vice president. You guys have heard the reports that Donald Trump didn't even call to see if Mike Pence was okay. They haven't even talked since. Does this automatically give Trump Ohio? I think Ohio was leaning Trump anyways. Midas Cheryl says, if you join the Adam Mockler Discord, thank you. If not, why not? Thank you, Midas Cheryl. Join the Adam Mockler Discord. We have some fun in there. Let me link it in chat. Adam Mockler Discord, Adam Mockler subreddit. Always fun. Why didn't he choose Sarah Palin? Yeah. Honestly, Trump has been like, he's been saying some crazy stuff, but he's been sort of tame lately. Ever since the bad debate performance, he kind of just sat back and let everything happen. Oh no. MAGA is already turning on JD Vance. MAGA is mad at JD Vance already. This person that's in their bio, it says COVID jab count, and they said lockdown Vance. They posted images of JD Vance during the lockdown. He said, my basic view is this. The virus is very deadly compared to the flu. It is not spread widely in our population. Informal social distancing has done a lot to slow the spread, and more formal measures have helped too. Oh no, he's taking the liberal point of view. The problem with my view is that it suggests the toggle between return to normal and viral spread is very sensitive. If the average person reduces the number of people they come in contact with by 30%, you get lower spread. How come, like, people sound decently smart before they enter the MAGA universe? It's like in order to put on a MAGA cat, you have to... Yeah. What I was going to say is, it's like in order to put on a MAGA cap, you have to lobotomize yourself first. Because JD Vance would never say something this articulate nowadays. Not that it's like perfect, but oh.
White school.
A celebration.
Don Jr. is right about to speak. JP Mandel for VP. We'll go back to that. Back to this. Yeah, it's like people automatically get dumber when they become MAGA supporters. If they reduce that number by 50 to 75%, even better. R0 doesn't exist in a vacuum, but social distancing is inherently economically destructive, even informally, even before any lockdowns. Okay, so there was a little bit of MAGA peeking out, but it's like he absolutely had some sort of cohesive view on the virus. Some have pointed to Sweden's laissez-faire approach to the virus as a model to emulate. Set to the side whether that's accurate, it's incomplete at best. Swedish economic forecasts are grim. This man is looking at economic forecasts, he's looking at different models, he's looking at Sweden's model and saying, okay, they took a very chill, laissez-faire approach, but we shouldn't do that, it's incomplete at best. And now he's just like, election was stolen, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, JD Vance, MAGA is mad. Let's see if there's a... Let's see if more MAGA people are angry. Yep, this person's bio says they're interested in the secret government. I'm assuming they're a MAGA supporter. They said, J.D. Vance, the Ohio senator and Trump's chosen vice president. Oh, he's been critical of these things. Okay. No likes on this tweet. Why did JD Vance delete all of his crazy lockdown tweets in November of 2020? JD Vance, who recently tested for positive.
Well, it makes me think that these are who these people are, right, Tucker? I used to like to think that we were ruled by smart people, people who were...
It's just funny because MAGA will always coalesce. They're good at coalescing, but they do turn on him quickly. Like one of the first tweets I saw was MAGA getting pissed that he was down for the lockdown. Lockdown Vance. No Marjorie Taylor Greene? Oh, thank God. That'd be wild. Here's the message JD Vance sent to his friends suggesting Donald Trump might be America's Hitler. But I'm not surprised by Trump's rise, and I think the entire party has only itself to blame. We are, whether we like it or not, the party of lower income, lower education white people, and I've been saying this for a long time, that we need to offer those people something, and hell, maybe even expand our appeal to working class black people in the process, or a demagogue would. We are now at that point. Trump is the fruit of the party's collective neglect. I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical asshole like Nixon who wouldn't be that bad and might even prove useful, or that he's America's Hitler. How is that for discouraging? Wow. The wild part is this is not even a terrible breakdown. This is honestly a pretty good breakdown of Donald Trump's rise, which further proves the point that I was just making, that JD Vance at one point was a rational person. Yeah, Mike Pence didn't want to hang around. Yikes. Yikes. Also, the fact that Republicans are the ones calling to temper the rhetoric when MAGA supporters are saying stuff like this, which I just tweeted out less than an hour ago.
Our country. They're here to take over our country, not just to come into the country. They're taking it over. So whoever let them in should be hung from the arm of the Statue of Liberty.
Who do you blame this on predominantly?
I actually blame the devil. He has a lot to do with it.
Hung? Are you saying who should be hung? Yeah.
Well, I would like to start off with somebody like Hillary. Hillary, I like to see her dangling down there.
Whoa, that's wild.
Oscillating, like tick-tock, tick-tock. They're here to take over our country.
Absolutely wild. These are the MAGA supporters. Yeah, it's funny because Trump supporters will always say stuff about, ever since the shooting, Trump supporters have been saying, oh, anybody who called Donald Trump Hitler has directly contributed to this shooting, which, number one, the shooter was a Republican, so that's moot anyways. But number two, JD Vance, Donald Trump's pick, has said that he might be America's Hitler. I'm surprised that Donald Trump still went with him after this dirt was out, because Donald Trump hates people who speak out against him.
Prosperity he brought, the peace deals that he signed around the world, rather than the disaster that we're living right now. I think you'd do everyone in the country a big favor.
I know immigration's important to him. I covered the family separation crisis closely. Will we continue to see policies like separating 5,000 children deliberately from their parents?
You mean the Obama administration?
You know they didn't do that, sir.
Okay. Sure.
Will there be a second family separation policy?
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns. Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense.
He is melting down, and he also just got rolled. He just got fact-checked.
A separation policy.
It's MSDNC, so I expect nothing less from you clowns.
And of course, you start to attack the media. You start to project. Viewer from Ohio here. Vance did indeed say all those things about Trump before, but Vance then said that he regrets saying all that. That's what they always said. Tucker Carlson, after he said that he hates Donald Trump, then came out and said, oh, even though I was lying for the past 5 years, I'm telling the truth now in 2022.
Even today, even 48 hours later, you couldn't wait.
Yeah, are they fighting?
You couldn't wait with your lies and with your nonsense. So just get out of here.
The nomination continues here in the Florida delegation. We're about to hear from Eric and Don Jr.
Oh, they're right about to speak. Good job from him. They're still finishing up. Trump VP JD Vance, if you're just joining, JD Vance is the VP pick. JD Vance said, I can't stomach Trump. He called himself a never-Trumper guy. He said that Donald Trump is cynical and could be America's Hitler. Mitch McConnell just got booed at the RNC.
Madam Chairman. Madam Chairman, the Commonwealth of Kentucky proudly cast 46 votes for the next president, Donald J.
These people are rabid. Don't freeze up. These people are rabid. Trump VP pick announced. What's up, everyone? This guy wrote an entire book about Trump's family separation policy called Separated: Inside an American Tragedy. And Don Jr. is like, oh, MSDNC, you don't know anything. Literally facts over feelings. Oh my God, JD Vance without a beard. JP Mandel. They're yelling, fight. Is this lowering the temperature? No.
There's good arguments on both sides, and this is the outlier decision. Other courts have rejected.
I was supposed to cover some of the RNC, but that would have been wild, especially after the assassination attempt. I think being a liberal at the RNC would have been... Yeah, Midas Lisa, the VP was announced. The VP was announced as J.D. Vance. Trump announced it in a Truth Social post. J.D. Vance has multiple times said terrible things about Trump, like he might be America's Hitler, which is true. It's not terrible. It's true. I'm just saying. Might be a cynical asshole. He's cultural heroin. He's noxious and reprehensible. Yeah, how does this party function when they all hate each other? The sad part is, even with the extremist wing of MAGA, I still think that they're more united than the Democrats right now. Not totally, but the Democrats have spent the past 2 weeks arguing with each other about whether or not we should replace Biden. A large portion of the Democrats don't like him because of his foreign policy with Israel-Palestine. Meanwhile, Donald Trump almost gets assassinated. You see every single person from far right to center right to moderate saying, oh my God, poor guy, poor baby. JP for VP.
Tracy Hunnell, National Committee Woman for Oregon, home of Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer and Congressman Cliff Vance, home of the Beavers. Oregon is also home of the deepest lake in the country and the deepest canyon in the country. We have the third most...
Even all of his other VP top picks said terrible things about him. Marco Rubio. Some of the Florida senator's harshest comments about Trump came as they sparred during the 2016 race. Trump started calling him Little Marco and mocking him. Rubio insulted Trump's makeup and the size of his hands. Rubio also called Trump a con artist, the most vulgar person to ever aspire to the presidency. This year, when ABC News played back some of Rubio's comments from 2016, he responded by saying it was a campaign. Seems like he genuinely thought some of those things. Yep, it's JP Mandel. Remember, JP Mandel actually pretty perfectly broke down the problem with MAGA. And let's go back. Let's see. Doug Burgum, who was another pick, was asked if he would ever do business with Trump. He responded, I don't think so. He added, I just think that it's important you're judged by the company you keep. Man, everybody hates Donald Trump and they just bend the knee. JP Mandel is what Donald Trump accidentally called J.D. Vance at a rally. Let me find it.
And you know, if I lost one race, they'd say Trump was humiliated. That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for one race. You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? J.D. Mandel. And he's doing great. And you know, if I lost one race, they'd say Trump.
JP Mandel. Breaking news. Donald Trump has received enough convention delegate votes to become the official Republican presidential nominee. It's official. They have nominated a convicted felon who tried to overturn the results of an election. God, how is this guy taken seriously? Like, it blows my mind.
And delegation chair of the Northern Mariana Islands. On behalf of the 9 delegates from my beautiful Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, we are so proud to cast all of our votes for our President,
Donald J. Trump!
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Northern Mariana Islands, 9 votes, President Trump. Wyoming, 29 delegates.
Madam Chairman, I'm Wyoming Secretary of State and Wyoming Delegation Chairman Chuck Ray. The Cowboy State is the energy capital of our country. We supply coal, oil and gas, soda ash, ag products for the entire...
Could Bashir possibly replace Biden as nominee? Not going to happen. Biden's not going to drop out. I just don't see it happening. We did get some new polling today that was bad.
World. And Wyoming, the cowboy state, is Trump country. We've supplied...
Biden-Harris HQ said... Trump has selected far-right MAGA extremist J.D. Vance as his running mate. Vance is a 2020 election denier, supports a national abortion ban, and voted against IVF access.
The highest margin of victory for President Trump in both 2016 and 2020. And with that, Wyoming, the cowboy state, casts all of its 29 delegates for President Donald J. Trump.
Trending on Twitter right now is America's Hitler after J.D. Vance was just nominated.
The announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Wyoming, 29 votes, President Trump. Maine, 20 delegates.
Hi, my name is Demi Kazunas. I'm a proud Army veteran.
Ooh, the Lincoln Project was locked and loaded. The Lincoln Project was ready.
The Lincoln Project salutes our fellow Never Trump activist, J.D. Vance.
Yep.
He led the way in opposing Trump in 2016, even calling Trump our Hitler.
J.D. Vance speculated that Trump might be America's Hitler.
Trump is the fruit of the party's collective neglect. I go back and forth between thinking Trump is a cynical a-hole like Nixon or that he's America's Hitler.
Are you a racist? JD joined John Kasich as the only major Republicans in Ohio to vote against Donald Trump in 2016, and he boldly told the truth about Trump voters.
We are, whether we like it or not, the party of lower income, lower education white people.
Trump is cultural heroin.
Fellow Christians, everyone is watching us when we apologize for this man.
JD Vance is a multimillionaire big tech banker with a degree from Yale, our kind of candidate. He gets it. J.D. Vance for Senate, the Lincoln Project candidate.
How does somebody go from being like semi-rational, not that he was semi-rational, but he hated Donald Trump. He understood the Republican Party and how Trump's rise was terrifying. How does somebody slide that far down in just
the Lincoln
years? And we've seen that with so many Republicans. I don't understand it. It's like, well, I do understand it. Donald Trump has such a chokehold on the Republican voters that people like Lindsey Graham, who at one point hated Donald Trump, are now saying that Trump is like the best because, yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, his political career is up for grabs. Polls don't vote. Don't let fascism win. Thank you for the dono. And true, polls do not vote. Very, very true.
And everybody in this...
Eric Trump.
College vote.
Missouri, 54 votes, President Trump. Idaho, 32 delegates.
I'm Dorothy Moon, chairwoman of the Idaho Republican Party, and also the delegate sponsor. I'm excited to have all of the delegates behind us, all 32 votes, to go toward Donald J. Trump. We are the gem state. We are very rural. We have a lot of mountains and rivers, and we also love freedom and liberty. And we love a fighter, and Donald Trump is a proven fighter, and we want him to be our next president with our 32 delegates. We need to be with him. Fight, 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 fight.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Idaho, 32 votes, President Trump.
All right. Hey, we're up.
Illinois, 64 delegates.
It is hard to watch, yeah. J.D. Vance. JP. Mitch McConnell got booed, which was hilarious. Yeah, JD Vance might be the most repulsive pick. Very true. Yep, Ilhan Omar said this should be interesting and showed JD Vance's past comments. Yep, just heard the news. He chose JD Vance as his VP. Vivek is way worse. Yeah, Vivek is a lot more slimy, for sure. I can't agree with that. I've met Vivek. He is a slime ball. I don't even think Vivek believes what Vivek says.
Secretary, I'm Nathan Dahm, Republican Party Chair. 77.
It's just, the whole thing is so cultish.
Arizona.
Thank you for the dono. Vance is disgusting, and I question the strategy behind the pick. What does he add to the ticket? I guess, okay, so he's from the Midwest. That's good. He's younger. That's good. Because a lot of the concerns with Donald Trump are, well, some of them are related to his age. But, yeah, he's younger. He has a law degree. He's smart. He's moderate. So there's a few things that you want the VP pick. You want them to contrast with the main candidate. He's moderate. He's a lot more chill. I'm not going to say he's like moderate, but I'm saying compared to Donald Trump, he can be Donald Trump's Mike Pence. He can appeal to the moderates. He can appeal to younger people. He's probably decently charismatic to Republicans. I mean, I don't like him, but he's a tech guy. A lot of tech guys were really excited on Twitter. Thank you for the dono, Livy Sunflower. Trump supporters treat politics like it's the Lakers v. Celtics. Only bragging rights matters to them. It's scary and quite dystopian. I didn't mean to say JD Vance is moderate. I meant to say he can appeal to moderates. Let me correct my words. In the same way that if you pin Mike Pence down, Mike Pence's view on abortion is extreme, but Mike Pence was viewed as the moderate equalizer to Donald Trump. So people were saying, oh, he has Mike Pence there to keep him in check. That's what they're going to say about JD Vance. He has his JD Vance. But the only thing is, JD Vance is an absolute sycophant in the way that Mike Pence never was. How does he appeal to younger voters if he opposes abortion and IVF access? Because he can lie and he's younger, so he can give the appearance of being more moderate. Yeah. Or appealing to moderates. Yep, he picked JD Vance. Kamala versus JD debate will be wild. Yeah, I want to see, did JD Vance have to, one second. JD Vance debates. Did he have to debate during his senator race? Because that'd be fun to watch.
The two candidates for
Oh. He debated Tim Ryan.
United States Senator from Ohio face off in their first statewide debate. J.D. Vance and Tim Ryan.
Our production of natural in China and ships. Well, look, absolutely, China is stealing our jobs. China has stolen a big chunk of our industrial and manufacturing base. What I said in my book is something I still believe.
Zen, why do you think we're cooked? I mean, I think we're sort of cooked for different reasons, but I don't think the JD Vance thing really matters.
Today that's not the only thing that's going on.
He's not really like uniquely charismatic or cool or anything. I don't really get the appeal.
But of course, it's a huge, big part of the problem.
Procedures procedures of this convention.
The process is actually quite boring.
Now you ask, why has China taken a huge amount of America's jobs? Well, one of the reasons is because energy is too expensive. You cannot do modern industrial manufacturing without high quality energy. Tim Ryan just told a big fib. He said he supported Ohio's natural gas industry, and he's always done so. And yet Tim Ryan, when he ran for president, wasn't 2 years ago, you supported banning fracking, both on public lands and generally speaking. That crushes the Ohio energy sector, and that's one of the reasons why manufacturers are going to China. Another reason Ohio manufacturers go to China is because the Chinese undercut American wages. The only way to really combat that is tariffs, which I've supported. And now Tim Ryan supports, and I'm glad that you do, Tim. But of course, in 2018, 2019, and 2020...
I can see the Ben Shapiro comparison. I also agree that he's decently sharp, yeah.
You oppose the tariffs.
Yeah, I don't think the VP pick has a major effect.
That started to bring some of that manufacturing and industrial...
Honestly, no matter who Donald Trump chose as VP, you could almost just have shot them out of a factory, because like they're all just going to say the exact same thing. If Donald Trump gets indicted or charged, they're going to say it's rigged. If this happens, it's going to be rigged. No. People in chatter keep saying, stop saying Vance is moderate. I meant Vance is appealing to moderates. He's supposed to be the moderate equalizer to Donald Trump in the way that Mike Pence was.
It's back to Ohio. China is a
And I'm not saying Mike Pence was moderate either. I'm saying Mike Pence was meant as an equalizer to Donald Trump.
Big issue, but China's problems are exacerbated by our own leadership's failures. Those failures go back 20 years to when Tim Ryan started in Congress. They certainly go back the last couple of years when Joe Biden took over.
Thank you, Mr. Vance. Congressman Ryan, Republicans, as you say, they blame President Biden for a lot of the inflation problems. You told Colleen here in an interview last week, a few days ago, that we need new leadership across the board. You don't believe he should run again. Do you think President Biden is to blame for the inflation crisis?
Well, I think everybody's to blame. I mean, we're coming out of a pandemic. It's a problem. The question is, we're going to sit around for another 10 years and point fingers. What I've been proposing is a significant tax cut for working.
How is he appealing when he wants a national abortion ban? Because he's going to claim that he doesn't. He's going to claim that he's young, and he's going to claim that he's moderate, that he's going to keep Trump in check. It's just the same exact playbook they ran in 2016. It's literally, that's all I'm saying. It's like the same thing. Yeah, I'm not saying that like Mike Pence is some like moderate centrist. I'm saying that Mike Pence was supposed to be the counter to Trump.
People and small businesses put money in people's pockets. We can sit here and argue about why it's here. It's a global phenomenon right now. We need to cut taxes for working people. Okay?
Yeah, Mike Pence at least. Honestly, but the difference is with J.D. Vance, if J.D. Vance was put in the Mike Pence January 6th position, I think that he would probably go through, or he wouldn't go through with the process. He would bow down to Trump.
Okay, and the bottom line is he didn't answer the question. We have our supply chains in Asia. J.D. Vance invested in China and ships product and companies that ship products back. That's why we can't get out of this inflation problem. And as far as natural gas goes, once again, two questions, two lies from JD. I have for my entire career supported tariffs on China. One of my first bills I had was to penalize China for
Biden Harris HQ just tweeted.
But I also think, that there's something comparable, between abortion and slavery, and that, but I also think, that there's something comparable,
Leaked recording of JD
between
Vance.
abortion and slavery, and that, but I also think, that there's something comparable, between abortion and slavery.
Yep, it'll be a really good debate for Kamala optically because she's a woman going against a man who wants to suppress her rights. What's up, John? Nice to see you. He's been senator for only 2 years. Yeah, it's wild. The lack of political experience. Like, say in a reality where J.D. Vance, well, he is the VP, but him and Donald Trump get back into the White House, and Donald Trump passes away like a year into his presidency. Is this too this person with 2 years of experience going to be a good president? I don't get it. He's incredibly inexperienced. Like, Kamala has had 3 years in the White House, plus many years as a prosecutor and a district attorney. And she was in Congress. I mean, she has, like, an insane amount of experience. I just don't get... He has military experience, yeah, but 2 years of experience in the Senate to the White House, that is a big jump. Like, honestly, his life has probably been a ride. Think about it. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, he probably, yeah, was still up and coming in politics, and now it's like... Kamala has a likability issue. Yeah, I've had people tell me that, and I sort of agree. I mean, I like her more and more nowadays than I used to, but I do have friends that have explained to me that they just don't think she's likable. But yo, guys, I'm going to go do some editing. I thought I'd hop on the chat with you guys for a bit about the VP pick. I got to go edit some videos for tonight. I have been swamped with the RNC, the shooting. Ever since the debate, I have not had time to chill out. So I'm going to go edit. I'm going to go chill for the night. It is a Monday. It was really nice to chat with you guys. Sorry to end the stream short, but I streamed twice today, and I made 4 videos so far. So I got to go